Good morning. Bright and early, just before 7 a.m. here in Las Vegas, Teddy covers with another Wake Up and Win. An opening line report talk about what's moving in the betting markets and why it's moving first thing in the morning here in Las Vegas. We do it each and every weekday right here on WagerTalk TV. We're going to start in the association. What's going on in the NBA? And the answer, not that much. Celtics pretty much holding at minus 10 against Indiana. It was a split line at the open. The initial money came for the Celtics, bet it up to 10. It's been sitting there ever since. Total's been bouncing 221.5, 222. No significant movement there. Game one trend has trended over in recent years in conference final. I think it's 7 of the last 8. So I'm not surprised we've seen at least some support for the over for Boston, Indiana tonight, especially when we consider the regular season meetings. But honestly, regular season meetings at this stage mean zero to me, especially regular season meetings that were played without Tatum or Brown or Siakam or whoever. Like I think 3 of the 4 were between these two teams in the regular season this year. Bottom line, Indiana, Boston, market's not doing a whole lot this morning. And of course, we don't expect that at this time of the season when it comes to the conference finals. Same story, Dallas, Minnesota. There were 4.5s at the open for the T-Wolves. They've pretty much been wiped out now. Mostly 4s out there, but there's still a couple of 4.5s out there. There's 4 with juice. We're not talking about any significant line move prior to game one. So far, for Minnesota, Dallas, same story with the total. Little bit of over money at the open, and just a little bit, and that's been sitting ever since. So nothing exciting doing there. From a series price standpoint, I talked yesterday about how the Pacers had taken big money in the series against the Celtics. And again, big money, that means 3-4 limit bets. But when you're plus 800, plus the 900 like they were, now plus 600 for the Pacers. So the betting market said they're live to win a game or two. Not necessarily win the series. Dallas, Minnesota, again, looking at the WagerTalk free live odds screen. We've seen a little bit of T-Wolves money. Really, I mean, that was mostly 150, 160 at the open. Now I'm seeing minus 170 is the lowest, and as high as 185 for Minnesota at the highest. So again, we're not talking big moves. There has been a little bit of T-Wolves money. And this is the sharp money that we're talking about. We're not talking about public money. I could care less about who. And again, the public likes this team. The public doesn't like that team. I don't worry about that stuff. I really don't. A little bit in the NFL for a TV game, okay? If there's 95% of the public's on one side, I ain't taking that side. But for this, I worry less about what the public thinks. And so do the books, all right? Even the books that cater to recreational bettors, they know any given day might be good or bad. They'll be fine in the long term. It's the sharp money that the books worry about. It's the sharp money that the books react to. It's the sharp money that I talk about on this show, because the sharp money has a chance to win. The public money has a chance, but it's just a chance. And by the way, I was asked about I should do a proper opening line report NFL podcast, and of course I should. I should have done it the day it opened. But right now, and thank you, by the great comments, guys. Really, thank you so much for getting to the comments. All I ask right now, just give me a quick like, give me a quick thumbs up. That's awesome. Makes a huge difference. Doesn't cost anyone anything. Doesn't take any time. Just click. But if you want, comment, dude. I appreciate it. I get in the comments every day and answer. Thank you. But we're asked about a proper NFL opening line report. And I'm like, I should have done it right away. I didn't. But right now, the markets aren't doing anything in the NFL. They're just sitting there day after day. So if you have an opinion in the NFL, you can bet it now. You can bet it next week. You can bet it 3 weeks from now. As we move towards training camps in July, the numbers will start to move a little bit. But really, most of what you see in the NFL right now is what you're going to be seeing a month from now. So the urgency isn't there to get your money down on anything for week one of the NFL. And then, numbers aren't moving all that much. Let's talk a little MLB. And of course, MLB is the center stage right now. Absolutely, at least in my handicapping world. And just an FYI, again, I don't want to hype too much on this show. I got my first 5% big ticket in MLB. This game jumped off the page at me. The line's better than I hoped it was by a significant level. I think it's a mismatch, and I'm excited to play it tonight. It's my first 5% of the season in MLB today. I've hit better than 62% with all 5% plays since 2021. I'm proud of that. That means I've been able to cash significantly with my strongest plays. That's what we look to do. 5-2 with the last 7. And everything's half off today. It's WagerTalk.com. So you can get the play normally priced at $35. You can get it for $17.50. Check it out if you want to get on board. WT.buzz/TC, or just visit the website, WagerTalk.com. MLB right now. What's moving and why is it moving? Let's start with some over money. San Fran and Pittsburgh. That's a surprise. The Pirates haven't hit at all. But the markets were really high on. I'm a little bit confused with Logan Webb and what the markets are doing, because it feels like one time they're with him, one time they're against him. He pitches well. He doesn't pitch well. Webb pitched his way out of a lot of trouble last time out. Really did. He almost got bombed in the first inning and was able to get out of it. We're seeing money for San Fran. We're seeing money for over. Maybe it's all anti-Pittsburgh. And frankly, I don't blame him in that regard. The Pirates not a team that I'm excited about putting my money on right now. And Perez has been a guy who the markets have liked. Maybe not so much anymore. Let me get a sip here real quick. Under money showing for the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. That was 9 at the open. Even 9.5. Now we're looking at 8.5 in that ball game. And money for Arizona. Fat's been a guy who the markets have liked. And Stone has been a guy who the markets have been real dicey on for LA. So Arizona money and under money in that ball game. When we look at Boston and Tampa, over money showing there. That opened 8 -20. And now I'm seeing 8 juice to the over, 8.5 popping up. So clear over money in the markets this morning for the Red Sox and the Rays. And that one surprised me a little bit. It's not like the Trop's an over field. It's not like Boston's hitting. It's not like Tampa's hitting. They got shut out yesterday. Nonetheless, over money showing there. We've seen in Detroit, Kansas City, the money coming for the Tigers. Tigers have been a real popular team in the markets. Largely due to the starting pitching, and Mize is another guy who the markets seem to like a fair bit. So Detroit taking money there, and over taking money as well. Marsh is not a guy the markets have really liked. Kansas City's hit the ball real well, better than expected, and I think the advanced metrics on Kansas City's offense are actually not as good as their run production has been. The market's expecting some regression there. Not in this game, though. Over money against Detroit, and Detroit money in that one. Mets and the Guardians, not surprised that we're seeing over money in this ball game. Carrasco hasn't been good. Hauser hasn't been good. And we're also seeing money for the home favorite Guardians in this one. Cleveland's playing good ball. And you read the quotes coming out of that locker room. Real positive team chemistry in Cleveland. That's kind of a one-way team for me right now. If I'm getting involved in a Guardians game, I'm likely to be on the Guardians. And the markets are certainly moving in their direction right now. Texas, Philly, heavy over money coming in here. That was 7.5 at the open. It's 8.5 now. And not that 8, the numbers will blow through 8 in a way that they won't on 7 and 9. The odd numbers are the key numbers in MLB totals. 4-3, 5-4. The 9s and 7s are key. But nonetheless, this is a significant move from 7.5 up to 8.5 in Philadelphia. Looks like the wind's blowing out at Citizens Bank Ballpark today. And yeah, we've seen a little bit of over money for Baltimore, St. Louis. Cardinals are hitting right now, and nobody trusts Lance Lynn, who's been hit pretty hard in each of his last 3 starts. So a little bit of over money there, but nothing crazy in that one. That's all I got for you guys this morning. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to hang out with the Wager Talk Wake Up and Win podcast. Appreciate all your support again. Thanks for the thumbs up, comments, likes, and subscribe to the channel. Again, 100. We're getting like 1,000 new subscriptions a week. We're at 150-something thousand. And you can, if you're interested, check out first 5% big ticket play of the MLB season right now, WT.buzz/TC, or check out the website, WagerTalk.com. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers.